we are discussing a lot of issues pertaining to our kababayans in Mindanao. We're also talking about, yung mga chismis nga na pag pumunta kayo sa Mindanao, hindi nga daw safe. So we've been able to clarify that. But it's very obvious that upholding human rights in Mindanao is something that we still have to work on. Yan ang pag-uusapan natin dito sa Kababayan Today if you're just joining us. Vennel, pag-usapan po natin, you're working a lot with Indigenous people, lalo na mga kabataan, di ba?
Yes,
Kita mo
yes.
naman, kabataan pa.
Yes.
What kind of future do these children, these kababayans of ours in Mindanao, what do they want for themselves?
Basically, ang Indigenous youth at saka Filipino youth gusto ng bright future, a future wherein the Indigenous people could have a self-governance where their rights, their culture, their traditions are being respected. They could stay in their ancestral land, na kung saan mapapractice nila yung mga ginagawa nila. At saka, dahan-dahan naman, nagpo-progress naman tulad ng mga schools na tinatayo ng mga communities na para maturuan yung mga bata para sa isang magandang bukas din para sa lahat.
Okay, I'm just wondering, why is it that merong misconception na kapag Muslim ka, rebelde ka? Bakit may ganun?
Tindi kasi ng historical significance or yung history namin sa diskriminasyon, no? Na talagang parang unang-una occupation time ang Mindanao. Yung mga lupa doon, kinuha tinayuan ng plantasyon, Dole, Del Monte, puros American plantation yan. So, talagang na-relegate ang mga Moro doon sa site, samantalang ang history ng Pilipinas ay nag-start sa Sultanate at mga Moro. So,
this is prior to Spanish colonization, di ba?
Kaya makikita mo yung ancestry ng Moro na nag-assert doon sa kanyang right to self-determination na nagsasabing, pwede naman kaming mag-govern. Kung hindi ang buong Mindanao, bakit ang ilang parte ng Mindanao? Ito ang talagang naging debate hanggat sa nabuo na ang Philippine Republic. Debate pa rin yun kasi parang ang nangyayari, nasa sideline ang issue ng Mindanao at nag-a-assert ang mga kababayan natin. So ang isang tinatamaan dyan ay yung lupa, yung karapatan niya na mag-govern, no, na re-relegate into isang probinsya, isang rehiyon, at hindi nakikilala yung kanyang kultura, hindi nakikilala yung kanyang relihiyon. Kaya napakahaba ng panahon na nakipag-struggle siya with the Philippine government at hanggat sa ngayon, despite yung mga peace negotiations na meron ang ating gobyerno sa iba't ibang grupo like Moro National Liberation Front at Moro Islamic Liberation Front, ang lagi naming nakikita ay violation sa usapang pangkapayapaan. Kasi instead of addressing the roots of the conflict, ito yung nabanggit ko, ay ang nangyayari, nagiging eksperimento kami ng war on terror, nagiging eksperimento kami ng panibagong counterinsurgency program, at ang nangyayari, malaking epekto talaga doon sa injustisya o injustice. At ito yung inaanak yan from generations to generation. At hindi mo maiaalis na maraming mga kababayan natin ang nakikita na wala na talaga makukuhang hustisya sa gobyerno. Kaya umaabot na doon sa punto na gusto niya nang magkaroon ng independence.
Ayan. So gusto na talagang humiwalay sa Republic of the Philippines. This reminds me of Hawaii. Diba? Let's look at the similarities. Diba? Ang Hawaiian people, because this comes out in Hawaii, right? The Hawaiian people were also, their land was taken away by the US government. Diba? Ngayon, gusto nilang, hindi naman rumibelde, pero gusto nilang humiwalay sa US kasi feeling nila, yun na nga, na-desecrate ang kanilang mga lands. And this seems to be the case also for Mindanao, diba? Na gusto nilang humiwalay dahil hindi sang-ayon yung mga paniniwala nila about a lot of things, the culture, their land. So the question is, how can us kababayans here in America support Indigenous people's rights and campaigns for peace? Kasi syempre ayaw natin yung nag-aaway-away tayong mga Pilipino, di ba? How can we do that?
Ang ating
Yan, marami. Okay.
Marami.
Yes. How can we do this?
Yeah, there are definitely many ways of supporting the campaign for human rights for the schools of Indigenous people. Kasi ang education is very intrinsically linked to the fight for self-determination, right? They need to learn about their culture, their history, because you have all these forces around them that's trying to take that away from them. And education, their own schools, is helping them keep it.
Right.
So supporting the schools is one very big way of helping these children continue on with their fight for self-determination.
Okay, because they are not getting funding from the government or anybody. So, saan pa? Yeah, the government is closing the schools for the children. So, paano na sila matututo? Mga bata lang to. And as we know, ang kabataan is the future of our, of our generation. Okay, so we can donate, right? There is a campaign called Save Our Schools Network. I highly suggest, mga kababayan, go to Facebook. Alam ko, palagi kayong nag-Facebook. Gamitin nyo naman yung Facebook time nyo para makatulong sa kababayan. Diba? You can go to Save Our Schools Network and i-like nyo po yun. You can also donate online. And how can they visit the Indigenous schools? Because I know a lot of kababayans in college, they want to go back to the homeland, they want to help. Pero yun na nga, yung mga magulang nila natatakot na hindi nga safe. But obviously, that is not the case, diba? So pwede silang pumunta sa Mindanao. What do you suggest?
So every year there's actually missions going to Mindanao, medical missions to just visit the schools and see how it's going, to meet the people there. So it's been a regular program, and it's we always value the safety of all the delegates, right? So no need to worry about that, but it's a very enriching experience to meet
because
those
you
people.
have been there and you've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. So we can,
unfortunately, we've run out of time, but gusto ko po kayong imbitahan ulit dito sa Kababayan Today. Remember, you can visit the Indigenous schools in the U.S. Just contact info@habi-arts.org, and we can also arrange a screening of Hiyasmin's film. We'll talk about that here on the show soon enough. But ladies and gentlemen, pagbalik po natin, kasama naman natin, No History, No Self, si Professor Brandon Riley. We'll be right back.